We the people unite.
Well, hello and welcome to Happy Halloween. Let's say hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy
We're your,
Happy Halloween
Halloween.
Eve.
all right. We are your three witches, and we have something to open up with. Just give us a moment, and we will take you through. Bear with us tonight because we love who we are and what we do.
That's right.
All right. So the witches are landing. Watch them come in. They're coming to a town near you. So stay tuned. All right. Welcome, guys, and welcome to the show. You
Thank
have
you, August.
Andrea,
Yes, thank you.
Anitra, and August, me as your host tonight. We're all hosting you, and it's the triple A segment. So
It
stay
is.
tuned and be glad because, hey, we're coming to you live. But before we open up, we definitely want to share one thing with you. Miss Andrea, she wants to show you that, hey, never give up because we know what's going on. Andrea, I'm bringing it
Yes.
to the stage for you. Do you want to talk to them about this?
No, you can show it as, and I can read it. Thank you.
Right.
I want them to, first of all, stop the scam. Would you stop the scam? Democrats did not shut down the government. Republicans control the House, Republicans control the Senate, and Republicans control the White House. They control the government, and yet they're blaming everyone else. The American people are not stupid. Stop threatening us as if we're not stupid. We have
Clearly,
no control.
clearly. As she said, stop the scam. Democrats did not shut down the government. Believe that. We have no power at this moment. The power we have is within us, and we are
Yep.
showing you our power. Anita, what say you?
I say it's Friday and it's going down. Basement Nightmare on Elm Street and Donald's playing Jason. I think that they
Yeah.
are a night. I think they are a nightmare. They are not. They're lying to our faces. They are just. It's just so dark right now. I don't understand what they think we don't know. It's like they're insulting our intelligence and trying to kill us at the same time.
Mhm.
And enough's enough. I've had it. I really have had it. I'm saturated. That's the
I, I
word.
keep I keep thinking that by tomorrow he's gonna say, April Fool in October, that he's fooling us and that he couldn't give $40 billion to Argentina and then starve the US citizens.
You keep waiting on that. But before my three A's, us three A's, let's welcome Jazzy to the stage. Hey, Jazzy.
Hi,
Tonight is going to be one
Jesse.
of
Hey,
those bewitching
Jazzy.
nights. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But continue. We just wanted to shout out my Jazzy.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Jazzy.
And like and subscribe before you go about your day.
That's it.
Yes,
So we
please.
want you to come sit a spell with us. And then you like and subscribe. All right, that'll work. That'll work. So, Andrea, let's go to your next topic.
Okay.
You want to
On that,
set it up?
while August is getting ready, like I said, the one thing I'm surprised about is they keep blaming Democrats, and we have absolutely no control. And I thought it'd be nice to hear another person's opinion also.
I want y'all
This
to
is
meet Amanda. And well, Amanda's got some things she just wants to get off her chest. Go ahead, Amanda. The floor is all yours.
Y'all sitting here complaining about not getting your food stamps. Well, you should.
And why is that, Amanda? Why shouldn't they be complaining about not getting their food stamps?
We, the taxpayers, should be getting food assistance. We're the ones that work our butts off for that money that you sit on your ass and don't do a damn thing for.
I fully agree. We should all be getting food stamps. You see, people on food stamps, EBT, or anything on that manner, they also work. They pay taxes too. Y'all got this common misconception that they don't work. When in reality, they do. A majority of them work full-time hours. They just get shit pay. A lot of people get food stamps because cost of living is higher, but the wages that you're getting paid at your jobs don't cut it. They're not just sitting on their ass, as you put it. Yes, there are some people that do scam the system, but that's a small amount of people as opposed to the grander scale of people that truly need it.
When your back is giving you problems, it's so hard to put a regular heel
Second, guys.
on your back and hold it in position
You know how
exactly where
these
you want it.
always
Look
pop
at
up. Let's continue.
I worked
Those
my
are
whole life
nice.
for what I have. I paid for everything. Me and my husband paid for everything we have. Everything. And it's not fabulous. My house isn't fabulous. You can see. Needs a lot of work, but it's mine. And it's paid for.
Congratulations. I mean, kudos to you and your husband and owning your own house. The fact that you guys are able to deal without assistance, even better for you. But I'm really not understanding the negativity coming out right now.
I'm not out here begging nobody for help. I don't get food stamp assistance. I work 65, 70 hours a week.
And you don't see anything wrong with that? The fact that you have to work 65 to 70 hours a week just to make ends meet, not so you can live a lavish lifestyle. The amount of hours you're putting in, you should be like living in a better life. I'm not knocking where you're living. I'm just saying, how do you not see that as a problem?
Get off your lazy asses. Stop. We want people to give you free handouts. We, the taxpayers, don't owe you nor your kids a fucking thing.
Again, you guys are under this misconception that people on SNAP or EBT don't work, when in reality, they do. There's a small percent that don't, and there's reasons for that. But there's a small percent that legitimately don't work simply because, yes, they are being lazy. But a majority of people on SNAP and EBT work and work full-time hours. They just don't make enough to afford a livable life. And they're not asking you. They're asking the federal government that's designed to help them because it's their job. Did you know that only 1.5% of the budget from the federal government is contributed to assistance programs like that? Meaning next to nothing comes out of your paycheck. What comes out of your check, you don't even recognize it. How are you mad at people on assistance programs, but you're not mad at the federal government for using your money to fund wars, for the president to go play golf, for him to build a fucking ballroom that no one ever asked for?
I never got food stamps. I never got government assistance. Never got government housing. Never got a fucking thing. But, I have white privilege.
That makes a lot more sense now. It's a race then. You somehow think that it's just black people that are on assistance program. Do you know what the breakdown is race-wise when it comes to SNAP or EBT? Like, do you know? I looked it up, but you can by all means fact check me. There's 35.4% white people on SNAP or assistance program. There's 25.7% black, 15.6% Hispanic, 3.9% Asian, and 1.3% Native American. Now, if we look at that, white people are more on the SNAP or assistance programs than any other race. But you probably don't care about that because it wouldn't play up to the narrative that you're trying to push.
I've been working since I was 12 years old. Been addicted to drugs. Came out of it. Bought a place. Me and my husband both were addicted to drugs, matter of fact. So there's no excuse for why you're on EBT.
Instead of being proud of yourself for the things you've accomplished and gone through, you're on here bitching and complaining about the things that other people have to deal with. It is not for you to judge people on why they chose to be on SNAP. That has nothing to do with you.
Kids are precious. But it's your responsibility to take care of them. It's not mine. I work my 60 hours a week. I pay my bills. I pay cash for my groceries. What little we do get. You don't hear me bitching.
Yes, we do. That was literally the point of this whole video. It's just you on here throwing a bitch fit at the fact that people aren't happy that they're losing their SNAP benefits. Throwing a whole bitch fit because you have to work to get yours. Kids are precious, but in the same breath, oh, it's not for me to take care of other people's kids. Like, you're just bitching the whole entire video.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed every day. God gives me the strength to get up and keep going.
I don't think it's God that was giving you the strength, because there's no way you could sit there and tout God's name, but then turn around and become such a hateful person. That is on par for you hypocrites. You praise God just so you could turn around and do some of the most heinous and evil things. You praise him and then say some of the most outlandish things.
The only people that should be getting ET are vets, the elderly, and children under 5.
So kids over 5 can just get fucked? Remember, y'all are always touting protect the kids, but once they turn 5, according to you, fuck them. We don't care. What about the disabled or the mentally handicapped? Like, there are so many people. What about farmers? Because cut and snap hurts them. What about the mom and pop shops? Cut and snap hurts them. Like, there are so many other avenues that get hurt by cut and snap, but you don't care. You don't care. You're just a bitter bitch.
All right, I'm going to stop it right here because I want to hear back from everyone. Let's take a pause and we'll bring this back in. Let's go to our host, Andrea.
Well, the one thing that surprised me is she does sound awfully bitter, and with this, Trump making it where the people have to have babies, and then they have these babies, and then they talk as if they really don't want to take care of them, or well, they eat, they might not eat good, but they eat, well, and then they say we go to the doctor and they tell Black people they had the worst diets, and we're like, yeah, because that's all we had to eat. And when we ask for assistance, the first thing you want to say is no. I know somebody right now, she went and asked for assistance last week and they told her she could get $24. And she's like, $24. So, if you need assistance, you need assistance. I know I had 3 young children, and for about a year, I had to get food stamps, and it was that helped me. And when I could get off of it, I got off of it. And when when you can do better, you do better. Mm-hmm. But why she sounds so mean?
Because she ticked off and miserable.
Yeah, go ahead, Anitra.
Well, when I was self-disclosure, I'm not ashamed of it. Some time ago, I got my identity stolen. Some other stuff happened, and I ended up on HUD for 1 year. I gave it back. They gave me $25 off my rent. I had to give them half of my soul to get that $25. And I'm grateful for it. But then I realized in those moments, because I never qualified for food stamps, but I know a lot of people that do and deal with that kind of thing in my job, is that America will give you a hand out, but they will rarely give you a hand up. As soon as you make a 0.1%, they snatch it. And there should be some kind of a way to do it so that they can reintegrate people, because it's not as simple as black and white and $20 and $40, and then you got some people getting $3,000, and then you get my grandma who's 92 that gets like $52 a month. So it's just crazy. They keep lowering it, and I really think that a lot of people think that it's some kind of a, like, everybody's scamming the system, or they're crutching, or these babies. But the thing about it is that they took the dads out of the house with this program. They the ones, and that's across the board. They the ones made all these different things. So you can't just snatch it out from underneath. The other thing is, and I'll shut up, is that for a while, when they go to the store, before they were on food stamps, while they're on food stamps, or whatever services, we are all paying taxes. We're paying it at the grocery store. We're paying it at the pump. We're paying it. They're paying it when they get the food stamps. All these stores and things are paying it. So it's all going back into the system. So to act like it's just some grab, it's just not the case. And that's all I want to say on that.
No, thank you so much. I wanted to bring in our 4th host, which is Jazzy. And Jazzy says she's incredibly ignorant. Just because you can afford things and have never had to rely on government assistance is a blessing. And that's what she's missing. She has been blessed thus far. And Jazzy go on to say, rather than consider herself lucky, she is scolding those who aren't so lucky. You ever heard the saying, come stand or come walk a mile in my shoe, or come stand in my pumps and see how they squeeze your feet, people need to stop it and just check themselves. Jazzy, thank you so much for being my fourth co-host. We're going to ride tonight with so much, but there's more to this that meets the eye. Let's continue.
Again.
Y'all sitting here complaining about not getting your food stamps. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. We, the taxpayers, should be getting food assistance. We're the ones that work our butts off for that money that you sit on your ass and don't do a damn thing for. Nothing. I've worked my whole life for what I have. I paid for everything. Me and my husband paid for everything we have. Everything.
I've been tagged about 100 times in this video, so I'm going to go ahead and teach this Sanders sister that she doesn't get to come on TikTok and suck the souls out of every child in America. She's on here telling people that she's worked 60 to 70 hours a week for most of her life, and that she owns her house and her cars. She makes it sound like she's living the American dream, when really she's living the American nightmare. If there was ever a good candidate for food stamps and government assistance, it's her. She lives in a decrepit old rundown trailer built in 1971. She probably has 2 old rust buckets with wheels in the driveway that her and her husband paid off, but yet she's bragging because she has vehicles. Well, let me tell you something, lady. You're not living the American dream. You're living the American fucking nightmare. If you can work most of your life 60 to 70 hours a week and this is the shit you end up with, girl, you haven't accomplished a damn thing. You are the poster child for the reason why people need food stamps to get a hand up in this country. Because if you worked all those years for all those hours and this is what you ended up with, that's not a job, that's a trap. The only message you're putting out here is that people can bust their asses working so hard in America for their whole entire lives and still fucking end up living in squalor in a goddamn tuna can roach motel.
I live in a 1971 trailer, but it's paid for.
So the next time you feel like putting your 2 cents in and judging people who are on food stamps, keep them to yourself, honey, because it looks like you need them more than they do. You brag about how none of your family are on food stamps. Are they living the life of luxury that you are? Working 60 to 70 hours a week and still poor as dirt, and yet you found time to come on TikTok and talk shit about people who you think are poorer than you. By the way, I can hear that kitten in the background. If you can find him in all that squalor, please give it some food.
He just read her.
He
Okay.
did.
He just read her. Wow. Wow. Andrea?
Well, it's that was big, and you don't know what the conditions are, like he said, and you don't know what kind of diseases are there, if it's rats there, and I know when I was young, especially when I was young, it wasn't unusual for people to grow up in the projects or on these farms that would all run down. And like they said, the cars like the Flintstones where you need to put your own feet down and drive it. They need to help us. And every time it seems like that Black people do make a way and make things better for ourselves, then they want to burn down Wall Street. They're not happy. I think that's why they wanted him in office, because they thought we was getting more than we deserved. We built the country, and I think that's why he tore down the East Wing, so that he could build his big ballroom, so that he could say that the we people, the Black Americans, that they didn't just do all of this themselves. They didn't want us to take all the credit. They want the credit for everything. And they don't think we're smart, but we're smart enough to know what we're doing.
We're an intricate part of this country as Black people, as whether you're poor or you're rich. It's going to take us all, because this is, regardless if they want to know or not, is a melting pot. But they've got to start, our government has got to start respecting those of us that they feel like are less than them. And this is a very supposedly Christian, patriarchal nation. However, it only counts when got lighter skin usually. And we've really got to get away from that. And I know people think we've been so far back from it, they don't want to talk about that part of it, but it is a major part. But what we got to realize that underneath all this little pigment that makes such a major difference is that we all in the same struggle. I travel around this country and I tell people what I see everywhere is everybody working for the weekend. You know what I mean? Everybody just trying to different environments, but everybody's doing the same thing. They're grinding, they're taking Red Bulls and trying to get going because they have 2-3 different jobs, and it's too much. And I think America has had it, and it's going to pop. And that's where we're at. And they're putting pressure on that ball that's already stressed.
And
I
the
mean,
one thing is we never, I'm sorry, we never got the reparations. And so all the things that we did build and never got paid for, they got the money from this. They got the money from all of our efforts, from cotton and corn and anything else you can think of, putting some shoe horses on the horses and taking care of your children. They got all of the money from that. We didn't get any money. They got homes and they got wealth that's we could never catch up with. The way they've done the United States, we'll never catch up with their wealth. And yet he gave a tax break to the most wealthy.
just to add on, when it was Reconstruction, they received $300. We receive go back to your masters. So just keep it in mind that we started from zero, and whenever we build and we come back strong, there are always people are there to snatch it from us, to take what we have built. But we're resilient individuals across this land. And even though he's setting us up, this administration, to be hungry, it won't last for long. And I just got to go back to my other host because you may not be able to see her, Jazzy. I love what she's saying. This nation, it has an obsession with green, and it becomes greed. All of it is greed. And when you're not giving back like an Elon Musk, why would I buy your Tesla? Why would I put that much money back into you and you're not putting it into anyone I know, even with your 16 kids or how many you have? I mean, come on, stop it. Let's wake up. Well, to end out Andrea's segment, we do have the third part, and let me go ahead and set that up, and let's get ready to rumble.
So everyone's in an uproar because they're talking about taking away the SNAP benefits. Now, I voted for Trump, but I got to say, man, I don't feel warm and cozy about this one. I don't agree with taking people's food, their resources to survive. There's elderly, there's children. I understand there's people on the system that abuse it, misuse it, buy processed foods, however you want to put that. But what it boils down to is just like a kid in a grocery store that's acting out, screaming, acting a fool. You can't blame that child. You got to blame who's in charge, the parents. Now, the government's in charge of all of this stuff that's going on. Senate, Congress, whoever, the president, they're in charge of, deciding who gets assistance, food, so to speak. They created a monster. Now they got to try to find a way to fix it. But I don't feel good about threatening if you're going to do it or not going to do it, because I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But you can't threaten people right before the holidays to take away all they have, which is food to feed themselves and their parents or whatever, and the children, right before Thanksgiving and Christmas. But it's ill-timed. It's not cool. I don't agree with it. I voted for Trump, but I don't agree with taking people's food. I pay taxes every day, and I'd much rather, even I know there's people that misuse it, I'd much rather take my money and feed my neighbors and the people that are not doing well and have no money or poor or whatever. I'd rather feed them than send all my fucking money to Argentina or Ukraine. Whoever's in charge of where our tax dollars go, they should all be fucking fired. They should have been fired at the beginning of the year when they found out how much corruption and misspending had going on, the trillions of dollars pissed away. Find somebody that knows how to figure out the taxes to make sure they're spent properly, not overseas. Enough of the bullshit. But don't take people's food away. A lot of people, that's all they have left to cling to is their food that they put in their stomachs every day. And if you take away the food, can you imagine what would happen? Tens of millions of people storming grocery stores, kicking doors in to feed their children because desperate times calls for desperate measures. And if you have nothing to eat, people already got nothing to live for. People are so depressed, anxious, stressed. I don't want to know what's going to happen. But like I said, you created this monster. Now it's up to you to fix it. We created it. Fix the broken system.
All right, guys, welcome back.
They're absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. Don't take people's food. Don't bother the food. Even if there's people that have leftovers and stuff and things in their cabinet. But I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she said she has 5 children, and she is very young. And she said that they're going to cut her food stamps if she don't get them. I said, well, you have staples in the house, right? And some of this comes down to home training. She was like, we don't eat leftovers. I was dumbfounded. And she was like, and most of the things I cook is just one meal and it's gone. And so I buy enough for the month and we go on, with a little flour and sugar here and there. And I thought, wow. But she's a young girl. She doesn't necessarily know, and she doesn't know how to cook very well. So there's a lot of things that go into this other than people just trying to play the system or eat candy all the time and things. I'm not saying it's right. But the biggest thing is, why are we micromanaging what's going in somebody's mouth and how they getting it in there when we have 40 some million people on it? That's what we need to be addressing. Why so many people need it anyway?
Nobody is being taught how to cook. When I went to school, they gave us sewing. We had cooking lessons. We had to take music, and we had to take English and math and social studies and science. I enjoyed the science club. And now he said he likes them stupid. He likes them stupid. And he said, and he wants them to bear children. But when we bear the children, he don't want to feed them. He don't
Well,
want to feed them.
it's back to the slave mentality. I want you out there working. I want you to be birthing babies for my land and to help making it, but I'm not going to take but very good care of you. I'm going to give you the minimal amount, and then I'm going to pit you against each other, and I'm going to try to make some kind of something good come out of this. Good luck with that. And then they pitting people against each other, and then you got people. I worked with a lady kind of like that lady in the video. She was very big on telling me how she thought that we and my husband never had to work, had to do this. We had to work for everything, and we had to do this, and we never asked, and I had this and that. And I told her, that's good, but at the same time, that means you probably didn't need it like other people did. If you were able to make it, because if you needed it, you would have went and got it. So
Well,
that's
if you
great
look
for
at
you.
the trailer, it really had water. If you could see the stains, the water leaks was in her ceiling.
But she paid for it. In her mind's eye, she paid for it. So because she paid for it, it is hers and nobody helped her. That's well and fine, but not everyone has that capability. And see, what breaks my heart is when people are saying, "Oh, stop being lazy," and people are abusing it. Hey, they abuse it in what? By drinks with it. They abuse it in what? By food with it. That's the purpose of it. Stop looking in somebody else's closet and check your own. I just got a
Exactly.
problem with that. I'm just going to quickly read my fourth host, Jazzy. My parents went grocery shopping on the military base and said there was a woman there who was stressed because she didn't have enough funds on her EBT card. They think people on Snap are just poor and lazy. Thank you, Jazzy. I'm so glad that you spelled that out. They are not lazy. Some of them are working 2 to 3 jobs just to meet ends meet, to have a home, a roof over their heads, to have a car payment, to have insurance, to all those fundamentals costs. And where is it room for food? And you got to have car insurance, house insurance. You got to have health insurance. Where is it coming from? They knew they need the help.
I
I'm
woke
gonna
up
get
this
off my
morning. I have not
soapbox
left the
and
house.
sell
Go
the
ahead.
wood. I'm gonna get off the soapbox and sell the wood. But this is ridiculous. I'm just we have to stop this. They perpetuated this and they think it's all black people that's doing it. I hate to tell you, they don't break it down, but Jewish people are also on Snap. Asian people are on Snap. Maybe not at a high percentage, but you will be surprised. You can't have 13, 10 and 13 kids and not be on Snap unless you are Mark Zuckerberg or Benzo or Elon Musk. Think about it, people. I can
It's very
only
difficult.
imagine their food bill. Come on, I need y'all to
I
clap
know what
back
I
and let
spend.
me know what you think. Talk to me.
Go ahead,
Don't make
Anitra.
no sense, is what I'm saying. I said, it just don't make no sense. Like she said, what? It's just too much. It's everything. They're trying to crush everything and put it on black people. But I think this needs to happen, unfortunately. And I hate to say that. I really do. But I think people need to see that fat meat's greasy. Sometimes it has to hit you hard in order for you to be like baptized in fire, I call it. Sometimes you got to be baptized in fire to understand this is not a joke. This is not just you. What happens when your neighbor doesn't have? They coming over to your house. Because after a while, they have Maslow. Here I go with Maslow's hierarchy of greater need. But it basically says that you get the things that you need as it goes up. Food, water is first, air. You know what I mean? And so if those are missing, you're gonna be focused on that. And when you focused on that, as you know, people have been hungry before. We've been through depressions, we've been through recessions. It's not pretty. And now they're going to be stealing, pillaging, and it's going to add to more problems. But that's what they want because chaos and murder is the motive.
But like I said, and I'm gonna let you know, guys, what we need to make sure we're doing, put those bean cans away, make sure you get some dry beans, have extra rice. Potatoes you can always pick up. However, cut up the potatoes, freeze them, and when you're ready for them, you could go ahead and use them. You gotta think smarter, wiser. If you have a number of kids, spaghetti goes a long way, pasta goes a
Yes.
long way. Think about what can spread. And when you make a pot for you and you have extras, make a pot for your neighbor or send over some dry spaghetti or send over some dry beans, something, because everybody is so prideful and we're going to have to put that
Hmm.
pride on the back burner and let it simmer and accept it. Okay? Miss Andrea, what you have to say? The triple A is in the house. Please like and subscribe. We are talking about good issues, but happy Halloween. So, Miss Andrea.
Well, what I was thinking about lastly about this subject was I was listening to Don Lemon and he kept saying the chapter, if you need health insurance for 2026, that this program chapter, you can call them and they can give you the least expensive rate for insurance, health insurance. And I called there just to find out that my health insurance is going up, my co-pays is going up. They're taking away from dental, they're taking away from vision. I'm like, I thought I was calling this number to get a discount.
Okay. They're gonna
they get
discount it
money.
because you won't have to pay nothing because you can't afford it, so you're gonna be able to keep it all.
And it's just myself that I have to pay for, and it's too expensive.
I know I make more money right now than the average bird right now. I'm very grateful for that because it was a time. But I look at what I spent, and I did not leave the house today after I got off work. I did not leave the building, and I had to spend over $1,000. I ain't even been nowhere on bills. It's just me, pretty much. So, you know, you got, like you said, car payment, house payment, all this, and then you got these poor people that are closed. The government being closed. Oh my God, they don't have it, and they normally do. So you have everybody coming down on the system that is around them, the food banks and all that. So I'm begging you guys, if you're out there and you have a minute, you got $50, you got $100, $25, whatever, take it to the food bank. They know how to use it. If you can't do that, take food out of your cabinet. Let's check the dates on them, give it away, do what you can, because it's rough and no one cares but
Yeah.
us.
But us, it's like we do care. And I really love our audience. And we have another host, Daloop, is with us. So, hi. Great to have you. And she's saying it sounds like a scam, Miss Andrea.
It is a scam. Just like when I got my car insurance for next year, it's like, and if you get caught without car insurance, the next thing you want to get you get a boot on your, on your car. I'm like, oh, I just can't believe all of this is going on. And then he want to take money and give the top 1% a tax break. They didn't need no tax break. We need a tax break.
All right. Some of our co-hosts are chiming in. Let me just read it out. I'm going to say I volunteer at the local food bank every week, and today we received so many appreciated donations. Let's give a hand of applause for that. It shows that people out here are caring. Absolutely, absolutely. That is so positive to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Let's go over to our other host, Jazzy. What say you, my love? My premium doubled. Oof. Copay doubled. Ugh. And the deductible went down. How does that make sense? I'm sitting in your chair, my love. I really am, Jazzy.
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I feel it. Absolutely. I really
He,
do.
Trump said, he said, if you get hungry, you'll work in those fields. He said, if you get
I
hungry,
don't
you'll work in those shrimp boats.
It's like asking for money from somebody while you sitting in a Lexus, eating your your little cracker with your little what you call it, your
Your
little fish
canopies and
eggs on it or whatever, your canapes. Yeah, this is some chopped liver. Sitting there
your
talking about how you
caviar.
doing bad. You building $350 million monstrosities. You're giving money to this person. You're doing that, and then you just bull crapping around for the other parts of it. And you expect us to go along with that. You expect people to say it's okay. It doesn't make sense, and we're tired. And then you want us to get out in the street and do it, and we're doing it, but we're not doing it the way you want us to do it. So you can come at us. But he's gonna invent some reason to do whatever, and we have to be ready. Because, like I tell people, they're going to fly in that mountain. They got places to go. And guess what? It don't matter if you white, black, brown, or whatever. You're going to be where you at. And you're going to have to rely on the people that are directly around you, not the people in Washington or in wherever they at. You know what I mean? So we all need each
Right.
other in our local environment.
Oh, I didn't know about the bathroom, Jazzy.
And did you see they are
Mm,
remodeling the bathrooms in the White House? Oh, yeah. You remember he's always talking about the goddamn bathrooms.
yeah, I got that
He's
little
always
bug.
talking about a bathroom. That's like
Uh-huh.
TMI. But yes, Jazzy, I was hearing about that as well, that they're remodeling the bathrooms with our damn money. I really
Uh-huh.
think he thinks that's his house. That is not his
He does
house.
think it's his house. He thinks it's his house.
Yeah,
He
he
really
is.
thinks that is his house. We didn't ask you. You didn't get permission to remodel the bathroom. Go have several seats.
Okay? It's Mar-a-la. Go away.
Yeah, go away. Absolutely. But with that said, we're going to transition into our next little quick topic. Did you guys know about this? Oh, Miss Andrea is busy, but I can take it for her. Miss A.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. The Wizard of Oz is 87 years old. If Dorothy were to encounter men with no brains, no heart, or courage today, she wouldn't be in Oz. She would be in DC.
I love it.
Absolutely. And with that segment, we're going to go from the top of her chrome, and she is going to give us off the top. Let's hear from Miss Anitra. Comedy, I
All
will
right.
begin.
I don't know about all that, but I tell y'all what, it's just out here. We out here, everybody sitting around and they walking around and they got their hands in their pockets and hands in your pockets. It's a Ponzi scheme. I will say this: it's a Ponzi scheme, but nobody's getting paid. You know how it's supposed to go like this? It's not going all the way around anymore, so it's gonna get stopped. Um, I want to do more comedy, but a lot of things right now I haven't found that funny. But the
You go
comedy
ahead.
is the way they're doing things. Is everybody the head Seth and the signal chats and the people with the outfits and the meal team six and all these distractions and all this mess. It's a comedy of errors, is what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel like I'm being punked. Back
I
in the day,
feel
them
like I'm
jokes.
in a dream.
Yeah, I'm like, is this gonna really happen? I'm like, okay, this is like Pennywise the clown. We all float down here. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm just floating along, and I'm looking. You know how you float along on the river, and you look by, and you like, did I just see what I see?
I know what you mean.
It's just very scary sometimes too. But I just don't know where we're at. This is really, really uncharted territory,
It really
and
is.
they, if you wonder, they can't even put a light bulb in without, how many politicians does it take to change a light bulb? One to get the policy together, one to form the team about the light bulb, one to create the light bulb, and one to tell you why you can't have that light bulb. You know what I'm saying? And they spend $3 million to get to the same conclusion. And then we have all these cases and all these what you call it, all these lawsuits going on. That takes money. That holds up the court. So what the people who are doing this, why what are they free to handle other cases? And then the Epstein files. The
Mm.
Epstein files. How dare they? All
Well,
this Ghislaine Maxwell, all this getting her moved here, talking about getting Puffy out. All this pedophilia coming up, and but they're yelling Christianity at the same time. It's blasphemy. So we have a problem. We
We
have a
do.
definite problem. And like I said, it
and the
and then we have
people running
dementia.
ICE. The people running ICE are criminals. The people running
And
the
then you
White
got the
House are
dementia.
criminals. Mm-hmm.
They talked about Joe Biden. They got this man, and did you see him in Korea? Was it Korea when he went wandering around?
Japan.
Uh, Japan, wandering around on the stage, looking like he was chasing Hillary Clinton back back in that debate.
Like one of
They
our
was like,
hosts say, distractions to get us to forget that we have PDFs,
that's right.
pedals, and we have pedal protectors throughout
Yes,
our entire nation and government. So think about that. And also, our Jazzy is definitely letting us know that these people absolutely right distractions after distraction after distraction. Could you imagine that?
But when they went
Because
to
they don't
When
want
he
it
went
to
to
come
London, they
out.
didn't let him forget. They kept putting up pictures of him with Prince Andrew and with Epstein and with Ghislaine and with Melania, because he met Melania through him.
All
and
right.
get
And like
this, I found out today that Andrew cannot even use the Prince anymore.
That's
I'm
right.
getting to
He's
that.
only could
So
be
please
Andrew.
hold
So he's
that.
gonna be Andrew, formerly known as Prince.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was
That's
going
a
to get
good
to
one.
that, but you said it best.
I'm sorry.
So Oh no, it's okay. You nailed it. You said it better than how I would pull it out. But also we just want to make sure our hosts there are saying they're dragging the Lord's name through the mud and beyond the mud. For me, it's kind of like you definitely just not doing the right thing. Just really they're not doing the right thing. But with that said, let's go over to our next segment. Our last segment from Andrea, here's what she wanted everybody to take a look at, and
Oh, this
we
was
will
funny. This was funny to me. I'm sorry, but it
remember
was
we're
funny.
supposed to have fun today. So let me just get it up and ready to rock and roll for you because it was
It
really
looks
fun.
too real, doesn't it? Just
Let me start it all
Oh,
over.
I love it.
here we go. It looks too real, doesn't it? Just
I love it.
So just in case if you missed it, watch her. You see,
That
cat
cat
did
was like,
not
what?
like that.
I just watched a video like that yesterday. There was that same lady, and I was cracking up. The cat was like, "Oh no!"
He like,
Oh
what are
man,
you doing?
it
That
was a
was
catastrophe.
mhm.
Okay, I'm done with this.
That was very much funny. Absolutely. All right. So I do have some other things. We have a few more to go, but let's see what's on your mind. Audience, we never asked you what you're thinking about. What's making you feel hollowish today? Let's hear from you. Go ahead and I'll highlight you if you have anything that's making you hollish. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to pull up another joke to make the mood even better because I want to share some of the collections that they have, some of the funny videos that's out there that you may not even be aware of that's going on.
I think what's helped for us too is that we have people we can be around and they understand how we feel.
That is
Yes.
absolutely correct. So let's get ready for this one and let's see.
Girls, grab your That's what I'm gonna do when someone tries to scare me. I'm gonna. I can't breathe.
Those are dead puppies.
Oh my goodness.
I would have lost it.
Ray, look.
Oh,
Hearing them babies.
that don't make no sense.
You're not funny. That's what that baby's saying.
Okay, she said you can miss me with it. She's mature.
Yeah, she's like, I don't see what's so funny about it.
Oh, that was funny.
Did anybody send us anything? Oh, everybody's just enjoying. Well, while you still enjoying, I'm still waiting to see what's making you think. I have more to go. So please tap in. Let me know what's making you go howlish today. Come on. Let's
I know
hear
we
it.
need to find out what's going to happen with this nuclear situation. I'm trying to be nice, but and be helpful today. But that's a Halloween thing. You're gonna blow up something, make a big explosion in Nevada. We're not doing that no more.
No, we're
We
not
no,
doing that.
we're
We are
not
not
doing that.
doing that. No,
Even
we're not.
Nevada's like, what?
All right, here are more. Since my co-hosts is in the audience, they have nothing for us. But let me just go ahead and play this one to see what's going on out here in Spookland.
treat.
Hi, happy Halloween. Let me grab you some.
Oh no.
Girls, grab your.
Why
Just
Halloween
sit
gotta
the other
be scary?
He said, "Bump that candy."
All right, I'm right here.
All
That's too
right.
much.
That was
Let Michael walk
definitely
up and get him.
I love the one where they got the possum. He out there eating in the bowl, eating the candy, and then the witch look over and is like, "Rah!" That thing flipped the bowl and took off. He was like, "What?" I said he was just eating it, unwrapping it. Now later, it's like,
all right. Let me see those poor kids. Yes, they were terrified, Jazzy.
they gonna talk about that when they 50 years old.
Okay, I think we have one. I'm pretty spooked about the camp being built in Utah that they're talking about making into a labor homeless encampment.
I saw it this morning.
You ever met somebody come up with such
You
horrible
just,
ideas for
I
people?
mean, just plain evil. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, that is just pure evil.
And there's different segments set up for it, so that's how I know it's serious. Because they like this one to be like for people that can labor, and this one to be for this. And I'm like, so where you bringing these people from? And are you asking them? Are you just taking them? We've got to stop letting him do all this stuff that he's doing, shooting people out the water. Well, we're gonna kill them. We're gonna murder some people. No, we don't do that. And the fact that it's going
No.
on, and we writing strongly worded letters to people like, you shouldn't do that. Write it 100 times and then bring it back to me, Donald.
All right. This
You know what
time,
I'm saying?
yeah.
I heard you.
This
We used
time,
to
we're
do
going to
that.
go with August on the Move. And for me, I want to make sure that you guys know what is the latest. And my co hosts, they're going to jump in and definitely let us know. So let me just give you the latest news that is coming up. Yes, yes, yes. Anitra did let you know he was stripped from his title and now he's the former known as Prince. Yes, he was. And he will be staying in. Andrew loses his title and forced to relocate. So he has to come out of the palaces. So just like how the people in London or Britain pays for their housing, like we pay for the White House, they have asked him to remove himself. So, it's very serious out there. And at least they're adults about it. And we need to step up and be adults about
Do.
it.
We do.
Also in the news, federal judge orders Trump administration to pay SNAP benefits out of the fund. So don't think that is going away. The judges are definitely bringing it down. Republicans quickly push back on Trump's call to nix the filibuster. So some of the Republicans are starting to wake up because they do not want that to go. I must talk about Jamaica. The death toll is now rising. Hopefully, the next time I'll be able to show you some footage that I obtained in regards to how the island look, how Cuba look, and also how the Dominican Republic and Haiti, how they're faring out. There have been a lot of lives. It's been lost over 35 and counting. A lot of people got hit with water while they slept.
Hmm.
Also, Cash Patel says the FBI thought alleged terrorist attack in Michigan. Yeah, they're on him. Police in Dearborn, Michigan, confirmed FBI operation had been conducted in the area without offering details. You just can't do that.
They say it really didn't even happen.
And so, it's just really getting ridiculous.
I
Also,
like when
Trump,
they said that he couldn't solve a crime at 7-Eleven.
God dog it. Okay. God dog it. And to think about it, Trump says he is not considering strikes within Venezuela. If you believe him, I have a plot in the middle of the Everglades in Florida that I would like to sell to you. If he say he's not, that means he's doing it. He wants to take us to war to make our young men and women fight. And that's why they now have renamed it war, not defense. They're looking
That's
for
right.
something. And these poor people could be just fishermen, but they don't want not one body to be left behind to say the truth. So when you see him say left, please look right. If he says right, please look left. The Pentagon shifts to Pacific strikes, seeking stronger links between targets and U.S. drug trafficking. BS. And I won't even waste your time on that. Last but not least, also, South Africa hits back at the U.S. plans to favor white Afrikaner refugees. Like, cut the crap. Just cut the
I'm so
crap.
sick of them.
Just cut the crap. Enough
You in
is
Africa
enough.
discriminating on Africans.
Exactly. Stay in your lane and mind your business. That's all I really want to give you guys in regards to the news. There is plus a whole lot more, but we can get that another day. But right now, let's get back to a little bit more fun. And I want to leave you with another segment that I thought was just so nice. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. Please don't leave. Just stay tuned. It will make you smile. All right. And here we go. I have to pull it in. So one moment. Okay.
Hmm.
And here we go.
They're not zombies. They call themselves the mombies. Moms dressing up together, dancing together, raising money for breast cancer research. Michael Jackson's Thriller.
I'm going to mute the music. I do not want to be monetized. So we're just going to watch the video and then I'll come back. All right. But these are moms that suffered or fighting for breast cancer. I walked Sunday. I did around 8 miles for breast cancer. That Sunday it was only a 3-mile walk, but I did extra. I did from one end of the pier to
These
the
are
other.
an inspiration from Elizabeth in Grand Junction, who said from a very grateful cancer survivor. Norman in Virginia, in honor of his wife, a 49-year cancer survivor. Carlos from Texas, who said, "Go mommies, you're doing so much good in the world. All of this really filled our cauldron."
50 moms in all from Fairfield, Connecticut, 10 years strong. Among them, 2 you met right here before, moms battling breast cancer. Karen Sullivan practicing her dance moves during chemotherapy. Joy Martini, her nurses dancing with her.
Look at us. Look at us.
Tonight, Joy now tells us she's healthy, no signs of cancer. And joining us tonight, Joy with Karen, who is still in the fight, getting chemotherapy and hopeful.
Thank you so much for all that you have done, that you're doing for those of us with metastatic breast cancer, including myself.
And putting the mommies on the screen every year, we totally appreciate it. It's so important in our efforts to raise money for people dealing with what you're dealing with.
Like all those moms rehearsing their newest routine with 3 days to go and a new message from those mommies.
Thanks, ABC, and happy Halloween!
They are terrifying. The mombies, we sure do love you. If you'd like to help them out and join the fight against breast cancer, visit mombies.org. I'm David Muir. I'll see you right back here tomorrow night. It's not Halloween without them. Good night.
I have 3 people that I know recently. I know Meemaw and Crystal and Rita all survived breast cancer, metastatic. And my friend, just got to say it, Melanie, she survived stage 4 cervical cancer. So amen to that, and the hopes for cures. You
Yes.
just never
Anyone else?
know.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed yourself spending the Halloween with us. We know you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us. The 3 A's, the witches of the alphabet A,
Doing the
are
nasty.
sitting, and we're and we're just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. We could not have done this without you. Please remember to hit like, subscribe, and we've received all your comments, and we're making sure that we hear from you. We are back here on Tuesday with Here's the Thing. That's with our very own Keisha. And then on Wednesday, you have the whole crew back. And then it's always Friday at the round table. It is August. I'm August, along with Anitra, along with Andrea, and we are here. But before we go, I just want to leave you with this. And please remember that we love you for always shining. But, Andrea, what is your closing statement?
Well, one person can make a difference, and that's really true. One person can make a difference.
Anitra.
I got on my eyes wide shut mask, and I want you to keep your eyes wide shut and pay attention to what they're doing. Also, Jazzy, I wanted to say this. It's a Jazzy Fizzle production shizzle. Anyway,
Ooh,
woo wee. Everybody stay
Dr.
up and stay
Rizzle.
happy. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. And from August, we love you, but we want to leave you with this. And always remember that love is love that loves others. So remember to love and don't worry about it.
Okay, so we've got AI writing propaganda faster than my cousin can crawl, nukes on standby like it's a Hunger Games sequel, and Congress, they're on recess. Not a break, recess. Like they're out there playing tag while Rome floods.
You know, it's easy to laugh, but it's even easier to cry. We don't need perfection. We just need grown-ups brave enough to say we messed up and we want to do better.
We're going to need more than sippy cups and sound bites to fix this mess. We need truth. We need each other. And maybe a nap. A long global nap.
We, the people, unite.
And I started to wear my knots today. I wore
We, the people, unite.